Good morning, students. Welcome to the Social Studies class. Lesson number 16, and the name of the chapter is Peace Efforts of India. India is a peace-loving country. Children, we all know that India and Indians are well known for peace-loving and peacemaking. Whenever there has been any sort of dispute among us the nations, India would render help by trying to sort it out easily. We believe that man can make progress only when there is peace within the country. Children, this implies on us also. We can learn better, we can study better when we have peace of mind. When our mind is not at peace, we are not able to do anything. The same thing implies for the country. The progress of a country is only possible if there is peace within the country. If the countrymen keep on fighting among us themselves, there are no chances of progress. The energy and the money will be spent on disputes. If there is peace in the country, there are more chances of progress. We are not in favor of wars, as they are not permanent solution to the problems. Children, whenever there has been a war in any part of the country or any part of the world throughout the globe, it has caused a lot of loss of life and property. So war is also not a permanent solution to the problems. Since early times, our country has spread the message of peace. Our country is well known for spreading messages of peace. Lord Buddha and Lord Mahavira preached peace and non-violence. The religious leaders like Lord Mahavira and Gautam Buddha preached non-violence. Then we talk about King Ashoka, worked for peace and promoted the preachings of Buddha. King Ashoka, a very famous king, he was also in favor of peacemaking. So he motivated the people to follow the preachings of Lord Buddha. In the modern times, Mahatma Gandhi gave the message of peace and non-violence to the world. Mahatma Gandhi has been a trendsetter for non-violence. He did not believe in killing people and getting things sorted. He believed that what can be done peacefully is better than doing things through fighting and war. Fights and war always result to destruction. So Gandhiji was a great follower. So he spread a message of peace and non-violence to the world. India and the United Nations. The United Nations is the biggest international organization. Children, as we read about the United Nations organization, we had already discussed in the chapter that the United Nations organization was formed after seeing the result of World War I and II. So, it is an institution of the world which mainly emphasizes on the progress of the countries and peaceful solution of the amicable solutions of the problems. Almost all states, nations are its members. It started with 50 members. Children, you need to know this United Nations organization started with 50 members and today its number has increased to 193. This shows that it has played a vital role. It has shown some improvement in the state of mind of people. Therefore, the number of countries joining has increased from 50 to 193. India was one of the 50 member countries who signed the UN Charter in 1945. So, India's contribution towards United Nations. How India contributed towards the United Nations we're going to study. India believes in the principles of United Nations and helps in their implementation. India has always been in favor of United Nations, and it has been motivating the other countries also to follow the principles of the United Nations. Coming over to page number 102. Children, we had studied in UNO that the United Nations organization does not have its own army. So here we read, whenever required, India sent her armed forces as peacekeeping forces to Cyprus, Middle East, Korea and Congo. Whenever these places were in trouble, India very nicely, very humbly sent its forces in order to rescue these countries from war-like situations. The result of the Korean War was that it divided Korea into North Korea and South Korea. See children, whenever there is a war, it leads to divisions and destructions. India opposed the policies of apprehend in South Africa and followed the United Nations policies. India opposed the policy of apprehend in South Africa and followed the United Nations policies. India was strongly against the attack by Israel, England and France on Egypt in 1956. And then after this, India's forces also went to Gaza Strip, Lebanon and Sri Lanka. Whenever the armed forces were needed by any other part of the world, they also the countries, those who were the members of UNO, India always rendered help to them. Mrs. Vijay Lakshmi Pandit was elected the President of the United Nations. This also, children, we have read in the previous chapter that Mrs. Vijay Lakshmi Pandit was elected she was the first women President of the United Nations General Assembly. Then we read about India and NAM. Students, NAM is non-aligned movement, and we should pursue the chapter from here onwards tomorrow. We will continue this chapter tomorrow. Thank you and have a wonderful day.